Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready! 70, Indy. Kill. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. 5.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Jet recon, 152 fighter. Bravo.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Delta. 55.
They'll set up to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the run.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
First down, 60 Pittsburgh. That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day. Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hayward. Shoot.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. 55. Let's go. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, zoom. 5.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
I'm going back to you.
2nd and 15. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mike, 56, right there. 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Purdy. He completes it to Bryant. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Check. Now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Ready. 8-3. I'm here all day. Check. 55 to Mike. Check. 55.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Purdy is going to float this over the middle deep. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
55, Mike. Bang it. Roll out. Watch the ship. Hey. Ready.
To throw on 3rd down. Purdy. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and that'll make it third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. It got his man, complete. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
A gain of 29 yards.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full smooth. 55.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Schwartz. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 49-yard line.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator. Here we go, here we go. Get it.
Back to throw. Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. Purdy. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Down.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ready. Send over.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
On second down, it's Love. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Love. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They turn to Love on the handoff, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Hey, Steve 6.
They'll set up the throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Come on,
this Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw. Purdy, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On second down now, it's Love. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, break. And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Hustle, hustle. Shoot.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Down. 30 base.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double time, double time. Hey. 4 down. Stay driven.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go again.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Ready? And over. Go. Mike, go.
Back to throw. Purdy. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Hey, Charlie. 55, Mike 55.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got.
Look at me, zipper. 55.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a first, and he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Set. 15 run. 15 run. General West.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. From 3 yards out. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Get it.
Back to throw. Purdy. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Purdy. This pass complete to Reynolds. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Purdy. Bryant has it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, Alpha. 56 to Mike. Hey, Sam off.
Operating from the gun. Purdy. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 37. Check 37.
Running to start the drive is Love. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Watch the run.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll hand it off. It's Love. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own 34-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Out, out, out.
Go.
Mike,
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Purdy. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm trying to collect.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
55 Mike.
5.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
80 weapons.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
He's checking.
He's down.
Here's Love again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down.
1st down, Redskins.
On the ready.
55. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Check. Lucky 61. Matchbox lights. Bravo. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the